Boy, would you not believe the dream I had last night. It was one of the craziest things ever. Well, it started out with me, and it was a dark and stormy night. And I was alone when I saw an exotic leprechaun. He was all dancing, saying, hey, why don't you come over? Why don't you make a few wishes? And so I kind of sashayed over and it started to dance, and I was like, all right, maybe I don't have to catch it at all, maybe I'll just let it free. And so I said, all right, leprechaun, listen up. Angry all of a sudden was I. And the leprechaun said, what do you want? And I said, I want Morgan Freeman right over there. Poof, there he was! Morgan Freeman was in my life, narrated everything I did. I took a sip of water, you took a sip of water. I went and sat down and read a book. He was studying his homework very attentively. One of the best gifts ever. I did so well in my dream that I got an A in my test in my dream. Oh well. Well, what was next? That was one wish. Secondly, I wished for an old man. Not just any old man, the old man I was going to be when I grew up. Someone who lurched when he walked, some person that struck fear into somebody who saw him. And poof, there was an old man in the corner of my room, in my dream. And it looked exactly like me, except really old. And I was like, this is lame, and then he unzipped himself. And I walked the real me, yeah! Good leprechaun! Because when I grow up, there's going to be all sorts of genetic modifications, and that kind of stuff is going to be possible. Now, my third wish was something really special. I wanted it to be something really good. And poof, I had an idea. I was going to make myself a bullfrog. Give myself a little throat. Made myself a little hop. And man, I was hopping everywhere. And I was the happiest little frog that ever lived.
Big rough neck respect to all the bad boy and all the bad white folk. And jam along in the fire so when march was like a volcanic eruption. Ribbit. They all jump and move and jump and move.
So, next up for Team Pantalones is Emote This. Yeah! Yeah! Woo! On this box is a magical little pea. Not the one that was under the mattresses, but it's a different pea. Anyway, so these guys are each going to get an emotion, and they have to interact with the pea with that emotion. So, Brandon, step forward. What emotion shall we give Brandon? Rage! Rage and rage. Now, for Millie, something that's not anything near rage, but not necessarily the opposite. Lust. All right. For Adam Fred. Obsession. Obsession. And then finally for Angela. Apathy. Apathy. Your object's a little pea.
A pea?
A pea.
Okay.
A pea. You think you're so cool. Just be in a tiny little circle and you're all green and people don't like eating you, so you get to stay home and do whatever you want to do. You are so lucky. You're so green and small. It's like you know how I feel. But you can never understand the rage that emanates from even my fingernails as I claw near you. But I can't just
stand here and watch you like this. Do something.
I got a sketch of you.
It looks really good. You're just lying there without your pea pod. Now that you mention that, is there room in that pea pod for two? Okay.
Because if there isn't, that's cool. I'll just just sit over here. But remember, there's space. But I don't
Care a thing about you. And if you don't care about me, well, I'll just die. In fact, I can't die without you. Oh, a fork.
A fork! Wow!
This is the way to end, finally, all of the times of being in your shadow. That tiny, tiny shadow! Do you know?
It is not a tiny shadow.
Up next, we have the often famous Irish drinking song. Now, for the Irish drinking song, I imagine you know how it usually goes. If you don't, it's pretty simple. Alright, so let's get a problem that you encounter every day that's not really a big problem.
No cheese bagels!
Wait, what date, Master?
No cheese bagels in the car.
No cheese bagels in the car. So we're just going to shorten that up. We're just going to say this is the Irish drinking song about cheese bagels. Okay?
I like my bagels.
I like them in the cog.
I like them really cheesy.
I put them on a hog. I use cream cheese.
I use it very spacingly.
And you know what?
Easily.
I squeeze my cheese so fine.
It's really thick.
Over the whole surface.
I like to lick. I lick so very finely.
Lick it with my tongue.
Lick until there's none left.
Lick it till I'm done. No,
And when I'm with my bagel,
I eat it up.
It is delicious. Sometimes I put it in a cup.
and I like to snuggle with it.
I like to take it to bed.
It is wonderful. Sometimes it is red. Oh,
Well, I'm all out of bagels.
it's a tragedy. So very sad to me.
Man, I gotta pee.
I will buy more.
In the cog. At the store too.
And I look like a hog.